What's up? What's up? The Mark Weber here on MVP, and it's another time for Ask MVP. So you guys have been sending in questions either on Twitter at @MostValuablePod with the hashtag AskMVP. You guys have been sending them to the askmvp@gmail.com, which really is my preferred way for you to do it. It's just because it's all in one place. And then, of course, you guys are also leaving comments down in the description, or not in the description, in the comment section. You guys are leaving comments about any of those questions that you guys have, things like that. So awesome, great, and we're going to get to a bunch of them. The first time we just did a few, then we added a question for the next one. This third video, we're adding even more this time, so let's get straight to it. The first question I'm going to get to is somebody... And let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. The one and only 1215. This isn't a question, but I'm going to address it like it's a question. Like for real, upload the whole thing into one video. I, along with many others, I'm sure, would love to watch the whole thing in one sitting. Love your show, guys. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much for the kind words. So my big thing about this really is, and like I said, it wasn't a question necessarily, more of a suggestion. But here's what my issue is. We used to do it that way. We used to have it all in one big chunk. I mean, we have like a 50-minute video or whatever. And my thing of why Ricky and I decided we were going to split these things up into these separate videos, it came down to this. Let's say we have an NFL video where we're going to talk about the Chicago Bears, we're going to talk about the New England Patriots, and then we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. If you only care about the Dallas Cowboys, you don't want to sit through Bears and Patriots talk to get to your Dallas Cowboys. And a big thing that we understand here, yeah, we love the people, and there are tons of you who you don't care what we're talking about. You're just here to listen to us talk about it and then to give your opinions as well. But for somebody who just comes specifically looking for the Patriots, you know, maybe they searched for the conversation and they found it this way. That person just wants that. And we want to give them what they want. We want to give them just that if that's what they're looking for. So the reason we split it up is because that way you can find what you're looking for easier. You can have the discussion. And that way, too, in the comment section, if we're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo and where he should get traded to, the conversation in the comment section essentially should just be about where Jimmy Garoppolo should get traded to, not about where Jimmy Garoppolo should get traded to, the fact that Jay Cutler is the best quarterback of all time, according to Mike Rankin, and, whatever else. So it's just a different way to do it. You can always find the full thing on Patreon, or not Patreon. We'll get there. Let me get to it. You can find it on blogtalkradio.com. / whichever podcast you're looking for. You can find us there. iTunes, you can get the whole thing. As soon as it comes out, it is there. The one thing I want to mention, if you guys really, really want a full video podcast, I guess let us know down in the comment section. If enough people really, really want it, I don't know. I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying if enough people are really going to make demands, we'll think about it, I guess. I don't do the editing on those, so it's not my choice. As Ricky gives me looks from behind the camera. But anyways, so that, I don't know, maybe Patreon. I don't know, we'll see what happens. All right, let's move ahead. So, do I think that the Blue Jays can knock off the Red Sox in the AL East? Why the hell not? It's baseball. A lot of things are still to happen. The Red Sox, sure, great stable team, but there's no reason why the Blue Jays can't knock them off. Like I said, it's baseball. Tons and tons of things are going to happen. So moving forward, let's get to some other stuff. So we got a question from good old friend Johnny B. Fuck no. Beyond that, though, so the NBA All-Star Game just happened, right? What is the point of the All-Star Games? Can we just get rid of them already? Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. We should get rid of All-Star Games. They are pointless. The problem is it's a merchandising game. That's all the purpose of it is, because they sell jerseys, little kids watch it, and that's pretty much it. If we just did things like the dunk contest, if they played horse, the NFL brought back the skills competition, those are the things that I cared about. I watched, more of that in the last 5 years than I do of Pro Bowls, All-Star games. I don't really watch them. I didn't watch the All-Star game for the NBA. I'm not going to probably watch them in the future either because they're just not really worth my time. I did watch the NFL's Pro Bowl, and it was once again a waste of my time. Every few years I check in, and it's not worth it. Let me go into the Ask MVP email for this one from Mike Pollock. So asking about the Bulls, I'm going to paraphrase here. First, do you guys believe in a complete rebuild, or do you think it would be better to build around Jimmy Butler? Second, what grade would you give the Derrick Rose trade at this point in the season? And my final question, if there's no trades during the regular season, would you like to see them do something in the offseason to improve the team? So, paraphrase there. My thing I want to say, and I don't know, people are probably going to disagree with me, complete rebuild, trade it all, get rid of it all. Chicago has this really bad habit of trying to make something work. You can see that with the Chicago White Sox. You see it with the Chicago Bears constantly. Sometimes you need to just nuke it all and start over, right? So in order to make the children of Adam happy, we need to make it happen. Just get rid of everything, trade it all away. Jimmy Butler can get you so much via trade and just start over. Basketball is one of those things where, you know, you start to get some of those young guys together and you get a few of those pieces and all of a sudden you're competing. So you can definitely do it. The Derrick Rose trade, I said for the longest time that Derrick Rose was never going to win a championship in Chicago. It would piss Ricky off all the time when I said it. And hey, I was right. So great, A+ for me. Not really answering your question, but A+ for me. I mean, Derrick Rose isn't really doing much for the Knicks, and the Knicks aren't shit anyways. So that's more of a personal opinion than an actual fact. So anyways, yeah, the Chicago Bulls, they just need to complete reboot, start over. So let's go over to some more. We have, going back to the NBA. So Cousins found out about his trade during an interview. Do teams owe it to their players to show them more respect? In a perfect world, yeah, sure. Teams do owe it to their star players or any of their players. They owe them that respect. One of the things I liked on Hard Knocks this past season with the LA Rams, and there wasn't much to like about Hard Knocks this season. It was pretty bad, but just kind of boring. But I love the time where they had one of their coaches in the room with the guys, like right when they're going to get cut. And he's the guy who's walking around talking to some of the players and being like, hey, you know, thank you for everything you've done. Coach is going to talk to you. You know, things like that. I think that's cool. I think that players give a lot to their teams. The problem that I have with this is that we have to remember that the owners of these teams are there to make money. And they are doing things and making decisions based off of what's going to make them the most profit. Do they owe things to their players? I wish they did, and I wish they made the decisions that made the most sense. But that's not the case. We see something with Bill Belichick getting rid of a player because he knows he's going to want more money later on. And there's no reason to necessarily get rid of him now, but they're kind of doing it as a statement. And the Patriots are always that organization that's very quick to get rid of guys because of that. You know, you have a situation like Tyrod Taylor to stick in the NFL where he was getting benched so he wouldn't play so he doesn't get injured, and the team then has to pay him money guaranteed. They at least had the option to maybe cut him and save some money. So to me, through the NFL this year, I saw plenty of teams prove to me that these players are commodities to them. They are just numbers and line items on a budget. And this trade here with Cousins finding out in an interview, literally at the beginning of an interview, he sits down and is immediately told about it. To me, this shows that they don't respect their players. Should they? Sure, it would be great, but they're not going to. They're not going to change that. So you know what? Maybe I don't feel bad when a player decides to take their talents to South Beach or something like that. Because you know what? Organization is not going to show them respect, so why should you show them the respect as well? I don't know. It's got to be mutual. It goes both ways. Takes two to tango, you know, all that type of stuff. So Another question here, and this one is not sports related. What's something that people don't realize about Most Valuable Podcasts? And one thing I would say most people probably don't realize about Most Valuable Podcasts, I don't know, maybe you do, is the fact that we all are having to do something else as well. This is not the full-time job for any of us right now, and that's our hopes and our dreams, and it comes up every now and then. But yeah, we really wanted to make it the full-time thing and be able to do this and give you guys all that better content. You guys notice that every time we're making little strides, we're taking those steps forward to give you guys more stuff like VidCon. You know, we're trying to go to VidCon so that way we can learn how to do stuff better and make you guys better content. So, you know, there's my shameless plug for patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcasts. So you guys can help us out in doing that, or just share our videos, you know, so hopefully we can get more people checking them out. But the thing that I think people don't realize is that, you know, this is our big thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to make happen, and, you know, real life gets in the way sometimes of that, but we're trying our best to make it the best for you guys, and that's why hopefully you guys can help us out in a lot of ways by sharing the videos with your friends, or if you're on Reddit, you know, a subreddit for whatever team you're a fan of. If we're talking about something that you think you want to bring that discussion over there, do it. If you're in a Facebook group where you guys talk about sports, bring us over there. You know, help us out in any way you can. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's been awesome. I love having these questions come in, so keep sending them in at Most Valuable Pod. You can send them there. Send them down below in the comment section, or you can go to askmvp@gmail.com and you can ask us any questions you want. I'll answer basically anything. I haven't turned away a question yet that I'm aware of. Maybe I missed one, but I haven't turned anything away yet. So let us know, and we will see you guys. If you haven't hit the sub button, please hit that sub button, hit the like button, all that good stuff that you guys always do all the time. And I will see you again soon when next week you guys ask me more questions and I answer them. See you next week, guys.